Remember, you can interact with us at KTN News KE. That's our Twitter handle. Use the hashtag KTN Prime. Meresha Owiti is our sign language interpreter this evening. Later on, we'll have Philip Mwema, tax analyst, helping us unpack the budget, which was read by CS Ukuriatani earlier today. But first, now the budget statements and policy measures were presented by Treasury CS Ukuriatani. So who are the winners and losers in this budget? KTN's Brian George Otieno now joins us for a detailed breakdown. Brian, a busy day for the Treasury top honchos. Who are the winners? Who are the losers?
Very good evening to you, Fred, and of course the viewer who is joining us today. We've had a busy day just trying to cover what the government will be prioritizing in its expenditure in the financial year 2022-2023. Now, just to break it down to the Kenyan who perhaps did not get time to watch the budget statement. Now, think of your own house when you're budgeting for your own things in the house in the year. You have a plan to do X, Y, Z, and then you have this amount of money that you already have cash at hand, and then the others that you're going to generate. Now, scale that up to a country level. There are winners, of course, there are losers. Just like in your own house, when you have to make priorities to do some projects first and others last, and of course, others you rationalize the expenditure. Now, who won and who lost? Let's give you the breakdown. Farmers are going to get 5.7 billion Kenya shillings subsidy to cushion them. Of course, this will be in terms of benefits from export levy, and this is how the breakdown is looking like. So the farmers are going to get 5.7 billion Kenya shillings for fertilizer subsidy to cushion them. Of course, we saw the Agriculture CS Peter Munya earlier on last week make that move right there. And other products that are going to be exempt from excise duty, eggs for the hatching imported by licensed hatcheries upon recommendation by the responsible CS, in this case, Agriculture CS Peter Munya. Let's give you more numbers on the same. Walimu, 2.5 billion Kenya shillings for recruitment is going to go towards TSC, and of course 12.0 billion Kenya shillings for free primary education, 64.4 billion Kenya shillings for free day secondary education. Also, 1.2 billion Kenya shillings will go towards training of teachers. Let's look at more numbers and look and tell you who is winning. The health sector, of course, there are services and products that are going to be exempt from value-added tax. Which are these products? Oxygen supplied to registered hospitals, urine bags, adult diapers, artificial breasts, and colostomy and or ileostomy bags for medical use. Those are not going to be, VAT is not going to be rated on them. And of course, further exemption from VAT, plant and machinery for use by manufacturers of pharmaceutical products. Those two are going to be exempted from, VAT. Let's keep you updated on the numbers and who is winning on this financial year budget. Exempt inputs and raw materials imported by manufacturers of pharmaceutical products. Of course, that is still exempt from VAT declaration fees and railway development levy. A bit more of numbers on the same. Vehicle assembly have also been exempted from VAT input, and raw materials used in the manufacture of passenger motor vehicles. Another exemption of locally manufactured passenger motor vehicles are also exempted from value-added tax. Bit more of details. Let's talk about things that I love: ICT, technology, innovation, and of course tech. An allocation of 5.2 billion Kenya shillings for infrastructure phase 1 and 3.8 billion Kenya shillings that is going to go into Konza data center and of course smart city facilities. This is in relation to the Konza Technopoly in Kenya. And then finally, elections. Remember, we're in an election year, and this budget, of course, is coming in at a time when we are expecting a transitional government. So what has been allocated towards IEBC and, of course, the whole exercise of elections, 22.9 billion Kenya shillings in the current financial year, and a further allocation of 21.7 billion Kenya shillings in the financial year 2022-2023 has been given to the IEBC. Let's look at those who are on the red, those the losers for the day. Gambling and alcohol. Excise duty of 15% on fees charged by television stations, print media, billboards, and radio stations for advertisements of alcohol beverages, betting, and gaming. So, if you kama una uraibu wa kucheza mchezo wa kubashiri, there you go. E-cigarettes. So, if you love vaping, then you've got to pay a little more on this one. So change the taxation regime for liquid nicotine from the current shillings per unit to an excess duty of 70 shillings per milliliter. That too has been on the losing end for the day. And let's look at excess duty. Of course, there are other products that are going to be included, although the CS did not really specify which of these products are going to be included in the 10% excise duty. But CS proposed to increase the specific rates of excess duty for a number of products, which still remain mysterious. We will be, of course, following up to give you more detail on the same by 10% to generate more revenue. Let's look at companies. Firms with tax disputes with KRA would be required to deposit 50% of the disputed amounts. If you have been evading tax here and there, then you've got something to watch out for. And then foreign traders, taxation of gains from financial transactions for foreigners. This is particularly targeting the foreign direct investments in the country. And let's look at more. Boda Boda and Tuk Tuk to insure for third-party insurance. The CS was very emphatic on this one, and he was particularly saying that we could also adopt a model whereby these Boda Bodas are actually insured in case of an accident. Then they go to hospital, they're able to access medical services at a very affordable rate. And those are the winners and the losers of today. This, of course, is the budget statement. Fred.
Thank you, Brian, for that quick look at the winners and losers of the 2022-2023 budget as read out by CS Ukur Yatani in Parliament earlier today. We move on. Kenya's upcoming elections will be sufficiently funded if the recent 3.3 trillion shilling budget numbers are anything to go by. Now, Treasury CS Ukur Yatani has walked a tightrope to ensure all key areas of the economy are not